Buddhist temples and image houses have evolved over the course of 2500 years. However, between the 17th and the 19th centuries, a unique style of Buddhist image house took shape. The Tampita Viharaya or Tampita Image House is a distinctive structure. There is no record of them being constructed after the 20th century. It is estimated that there are just around 200 of these image houses which have survived to date in Sri Lanka. The image house is usually constructed on granite pillars as a base, normally a meter in height. The image house is then built on top using timber, and in some cases the structure would have had wattle walls. We are at a location 17.5 kilometers east of the coastal town of Chilau. The area in which the Devagiri Maha Viharaya is located was formerly known as Dakkina Desha and is now the Bingiriya Gramaseva division in the Kurunegala district. According to the old plans of the temple property, it is called the Yagampattu Koralaya of the Devamadi Hatpatuwa. The area in ancient times had a flourishing agrarian enterprise with water feeding the land through large tanks and several hundred anikats. The remains of the temple boundary wall, a meter thick, runs around the temple. The Dagaba, an ancient one, was supposed to have been built by King Devanampiya on the advice of his brother King Maha, who ruled the province. This Tampita Viharaya and some of the buildings were constructed latterly in the 18th century during the reign of Kirtisri Rajasingha in the era of the Kandyan kingdom. The ruins of the chapter house, Devara Mandapaya, stone columns and bases of various shapes and sizes, damaged Buddha statues, and various ancient artifacts which have been unearthed can be viewed at the premises. The ruins of an ancient bell tower, possibly having European architectural influence, stand silent on the east side, while the new bell tower has been built on the west side of the premises. The donors' names who made the construction possible are etched in granite. The popular architecture of the Tampita Viharayas built in the Kandyan era generally had short stone bases or wooden stumps. There are a few which have an elevated area, high enough for one to walk under. The Hingula Rajamaha Viharaya in Mavanalla is one, but the Devagiri Rajamaha Viharaya is undoubtedly the largest of its kind in Sri Lanka. "22 monolithic stone pillars support the main image house, which is in the upper section of the structure. These pillars are over 2 meters in height. The bottom section also has massive wooden beams supporting the upper floor, which has wooden planks 4 centimeters thick. The pillars and trusses have been adorned with imagery of lotus flowers and lions. There is a wooden staircase to access the image house located at the upper level. The corridor which runs around the image house has elaborate wood carving and imagery. Entry to the image house is through an elaborate Makara Toruna or dragon's arch, an ornate door frame. The image house itself has statuary of standing and seated Buddha images. The upper section has 20 wooden pillars supporting the roof, Here the flower motifs and packed embellishments enhance the architecture. The pillars themselves are adorned with flower motifs, animal shapes and other imagery. The archaeology department has painstakingly restored this structure, which is susceptible to deterioration. Its wooden beams, pillars and floorboards have all been conserved or restored. This is the largest temple on pillars in the country, which has been built in the style of Tampita architecture.